Go! Yeah!
Live from Matt Moscardi's Moss Menagerie and Emporium, it's a Woke Data Wednesday. My business pants.
I can
That's
see
right, Woke Data.
Emporium with a capital E, capital M. And
I'm very thorough. Joined as always by the Lurker and the Madman.
Woo!
That's really what you guys are. I don't know why I always bother.
That's a very
You're just like morning radio DJs. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But
Matt
yeah.
is not a madman. Matt sent me a video of him snuggling with his cat this morning.
No.
Yeah, but did you read of Mice and Men? Do you know what happens to those little animals?
I have read of Mice and Men, unfortunately.
Cat. I was not snuggling with the
Okay,
cat.
I'm gonna keep going. I think Matt
My hair. That's what I'm saying.
is Matt in a vortex of a delay? Is he like spinning around the rinse cycle of a?
He's time traveling right now. Give him a
Okay.
second. Time travel takes a lot of energy.
In today's particle defrosted bag. What the hell is that? Called April 6, 2022. No one listens to that anyway. Doesn't matter what I say there. We got a JP Morgan proxy review. I know Matt hates those. And ready for this? We have an IFRS ISSB draft sustainability link disclosure rules rant.
Thank God.
Oh, I think I just broke 3 ribs saying that. And we have a union game.
Woo! That's me.
I'm just excited for the game. Can we just jump into the game?
Let's get it. Do you want to go rant first? Or you want to do proxy review first? What do you want to do, Matt?
I'll do a rant. Let's get it out of the way.
Do it.
Okay. It's with bated breath that we were all deeply awaiting the IFRS ISSB draft sustainability link disclosure rules, which are now open for comment.
Yes.
And they dropped like
Oh,
a
good, we're
Jesus
commenting.
record. That's right.
Wait, why don't we send these? We should send this to somebody.
What, the comments?
Yeah, whatever your rant's about to be, why don't we send it to them as our comment?
Done. I will submit this as a comment. It dropped like a Yeezus record last week, which is to say that it dropped and people said, wait, they still make records? Well, what the hell is that? Who cares? Here on Business Pants, though, on Business Pants Woke Wednesday, we'll do the hard job of reading and translating the 17-page draft for you. That's right. You're asking yourself how the SEC could put out a 530-page climate disclosure draft, but IFRS put out a draft covering all sustainability issues, and it's 17 pages.
Oh.
I can answer that using the Business Pants word synthesizer 9000X.
Right. Good. We updated.
We love this.
I love the updated.
X at the end now. It's an X. One way to keep your draft short is to be incredibly focused. There are 4,500 words in the IFRS report, and fully 111 of them are the word sustainability. 113 are related, 84 are financial, 78 are risk, and 70 are opportunity. That's right. 10% of the words in the document are the phrase sustainability related financial risk and opportunity.
Jesus.
Wait,
One
what?
in 10 words is part of that phrase. That is correct. But don't worry. If you do a close read, the one thing you'll notice that isn't anywhere in this massive 17-page document is the definition of the word sustainability. It's down to find what it is. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They do. If you squint, you can quote, an entity is responsible for deciding what information, including metrics, is material to its general purpose financial reporting. Oh, it says sustainability is you figure it the f- out. We have no idea.
No.
You just tell us. You tell us whatever it is what it is. It'll be fine. Contrast that with very own simultaneously dropped. This was a double album. You don't get a lot of double albums anymore.
Yeah,
Remember
White
when
Album.
They
I
did
like
double
it.
albums.
Yeah.
This is a double album. This is like their Smashing Pumpkins Melancholy. Remember that album?
Melancholia.
I remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah. They dropped the climate disclosure draft at the same time, which was a much more robust 60-page draft, so a lot more there, in which they said companies must disclose carbon emissions, carbon intensity, estimation models, internal carbon pricing, physical climate risk to facilities, investments in climate adaptation, reasons for those investments, who's in charge of looking at all those reasons. Actual disclosure about stuff. That's what they put in that. And you can see the problem. Climate change is stop spewing shit, otherwise we're all dead. So tell us how much spewing you're doing. Sustainability is what the hell? You tell me. But if you do have an opinion, his pants, and drop your opinion on July 29th of 2022, feel free to give them your definition of sustainability, which Investopedia defines succinctly as, quote, the ability of something to maintain or sustain itself over a period of time. Problem solved.
Wait,
that's our R5ers report.
But there must be, well, okay. That wasn't so ranty. I gotta say, like,
I know you just went through that whole thing.
About that.
And I nodded and I said, yes, Matt, rant. But IFRS? Anyone care to tell me what that is, even a little
I didn't
bit?
even know it was IFRS. I'm blown away by Matt's. Yeah,
Yeah.
Look at Matt.
IFRS is what we in the biz call it. IFRS is the International Financial Reporting Statements Standards. International Reporting Financial.
You sure about that?
Is, you know what GAAP reporting is? Generally
Just
accepted
nod and say
accounting
yes.
principles.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Basically, these are the organizations of accountants who tell you what a company should disclose in the balance sheet and in those things. That's it.
I regret asking.
It was
Emma, when we fire you from here, you're actually going to go work there. We already have a deal with them set up. We're working out the red
You're just
tape.
passing me along.
Yeah, you're gonna love it.
Problem
It's
to
gonna be
pass
awesome.
along.
We're going to pass you to the intern they had define sustainability at IFRS.
Yeah, and you're gonna do crazy shows like this with stupid music and fart jokes. Like that's what they
Yes.
want.
As long as I get to do crazy
That's what
shows
they're
with
asking
stupid
for.
music and fart jokes.
They've been looking
That's my
for the
career
whole
goal.
time.
Actually, to be fair to us, we don't tell fart jokes. We're not that.
No.
We're
I
not
can.
that low.
You want
We're
me
not
to?
that low.
I can do it now.
I actually don't want you to. All right. Thanks for that. As you put it, a middle-winded rant. That wasn't so ranty. We were expecting a
That's
bit
pretty
more
good.
negative.
I got really. There was 40 more paragraphs of anger that I just deleted.
Well, you know what it
before.
is?
Let's not even think
Forget
about
it.
them hypothetically. Damien, get to something ever so slightly less boring.
I'm gonna let the listeners peek behind the fourth wall here, and that is that when right before we record our shows, when Matt's in an especially bad mood, he actually weirdly gets it off his chest by complaining to us first, and then when we start recording, he just seems like he's a normal person again.
Yeah,
I know.
It's a problem.
All right,
We just gotta hit
it is a
record
problem.
when I talk to you.
All right, let's get to JP Morgan. Matt, this is in honor of Matt because I like to bore him, and he covered Jamie Dimon's letter, so I'm going to do a service to all ESG out there. I'm going to give you an actual proxy review, not the BS you learned at your silly desk job. This is how you do it. Hey, I used to be the CEO of every ESG research company going. ISS, Sustainalytics. So I know what I'm talking about. Here we go.
It's not true. Yeah.
Okay, JP Morgan. First of all, who owns JP Morgan? Some lady named Vanguard, 9%. Some dude named BlackRock, 7%. The rest is a mystery. In other words, it's not a woke dictatorship. Okay?
Yay!
This is not Snap and Evan Spiegel. All right, so get over it. Okay, so let's talk about the alternative democracy. That's what we're here for. Let's cover the 2021 vote. Some near misses. Allow shareholders to act by written consent. 47% yes.
That's a
Racial
lot, yes.
equity audit and report. 40% yes.
Wow.
Independent board chair. 48% yes. And political and electioneering expenditure and congruency report. I like saying that. 30% yes. Okay.
Can I?
But I want to get.
Congruency report. That is the conservative proxy.
Okay,
That's
really.
That's the template for the conservative proxy, the National Board of Public Policy, yada yada yada. Yeah.
But I want to talk about I want to talk about BlackRock and Vanguard a little bit because I checked their voting records. I checked some of their voting principles. Here's the thing: is that Vanguard was against all of these. So with Vanguard's support, we'd have a slightly different J.P. Morgan. BlackRock was actually for. They voted for racial equity audit and report. I don't know how that happened.
Seems like a fat-fingered vote.
But what I want to talk about is the independent board chair. They're both against it. And again, with their support, it would have passed. Jamie Dimon is the CEO and chair. Both Vanguard and BlackRock state explicitly they let the board decide these things. They don't want to get involved, except in cases where there's not a lead independent director. So what's going on here at JP Morgan is that their lead independent director has been there for 2 decades.
Oh.
Okay. He is also, according to at least MSCI and probably other providers, he's not considered independent of the board, of the management.
Oh, really?
So this is news to me. So BlackRock and Vanguard, I guess, don't listen to MSCI because if they believed MSCI that he's actually not independent for management because of related party transactions, they would certainly vote for that they need an independent chair at JP. Am I making any sense? Am I making any sense here, Matt? Or am I just babbling?
I want to know about this man. Who is he?
Okay, his name.
Romeo.
I wish it was Jeremy Romeo. His name is Stephen Burke. And first of all, Emma, I ask you, he makes $453,000. And any planet that you've ever been to, and there are several, could that be considered to be? Could you be independent if someone paid you $453,000? How could you be independent of anything?
I mean,
aren't you a company man at that point? I'm just saying.
And at that point, I mean, also, it's just that's a high, even for normal board members.
Even for you, that's
high,
a lot of money,
right?
Yeah, it's high. It's high.
It's usually. I feel like they average out at about like 200, 300,000.
That is
right?
correct. That is correct.
Right? Yeah.
This whole proxy smacks of Jamie Dimon fetish.
Totally.
Okay.
It's like.
Okay, Stephen Burke. He's a lead independent director. Again, he's been there for 18 years. Along with who else has been there for 18 years exactly? That's Jamie Dimon.
Jamie.
Both of them happen to get MBAs from Harvard. Jamie is also on the board of deans of the Harvard Business School. I don't know if that's enough of a connection, but when you've been on the board together for 18 years, it might be enough of a connection. There's a third guy, James Crown. He's also been on the board for exactly 18 years, and he's another individual that that MSCI does not consider independent. So this is what's really going on here.
Does JP Morgan have any independent directors?
Look, they do have some independent directors, but I only bring this up because I want to know. I want either BlackRock or Vanguard to call me personally.
That'll happen.
And tell me why you wouldn't support this proposal. Because this is clearly a company. You're supposed to do your due diligence. You're supposed to look into these matters. This is a company that has a fake lead independent director, so I want to hear from you. All right.
I got a question for you, Damian Rollis.
Yeah.
You did this once upon a time.
I'm doing it now. How dare you?
You said that, first of all, it's not a woke dictatorship, right? Because it doesn't have like a single voting shareholder who owns everything. But also, it's got a combined CEO board chair, which arguably means that they're highly dispersed. Like lots of people own them, so that you can't corral anybody.
No voice
like decide
other than
on anything.
Jamie.
And then there's just Jamie, who's a little king at the top. So is it any better that they're not a woke dictatorship if they're CEO board chair and there's a big CEO fetish?
Except that, unlike if you're going to compare it to, say, Mark Zuckerberg, the board can act as a counterbalance here, no? I mean, I know they're probably all scared of the chief kneeler kneeling on their paycheck, but they technically do have a say.
The counterbalance appears to be the board said that Jamie Dimon had to take like $25 million. And Jamie Dimon said, well, I can't refuse because I might offend them. And Jamie Dimon is the chair of the same board he can't offend.
Yeah.
Our metrics suggest that Jamie Dimon has 38% influence over the board.
That seems low to me.
Which basically means he is the board. There's nobody else.
Yeah, it's I like that we use that kind of a number. Would you say 38%? Because in most I think that generally speaking, in most jurisdictions, you're considered to have control of the company if you own 30% of the voting power. So maybe we should start looking at that influence score in that way. Like if you're over 30, you basically have control of the board, right?
Yeah,
I like this.
I would say yes.
See, we're branching
I like
out.
that a lot. I like that. You're watching live R&D, not that anyone's watching or listening.
Or not that your company does R&D because you're too busy sell. All right. So let's get to pay. Captain Jamie's pay more than doubled. He's up to 84 million this year. He was only at 31.7 million this year. Why? Because he's getting a $53 million option award. That's 1.5 million stock options. All right. Back in the day that Matt alluded to, we used to call 500,000 options a mega grant. That's how we used to make fun of them. We called it a mega grant, and we would grind them down with our horrible
words.
So what's 1.5 million? Then what is that? Is it a triple mega grant? Is it a mega grant? Or is it a double mega grant with mega cheese? Which do you think it is?
Throbbing grant.
Okay.
Throbbing grant.
So congratulations, Captain Jamie. Finally, let's talk about... we don't want to talk about... There's more shareholder proposals this year. I'm going to tell you they're all going to fail because everyone's against them.
I think everyone should be rooting for political electioneering expenditure and congruency report. If you see the word congruency report on a proxy, that is a conservative activist who's hoping that they can change companies by giving you more disclosure. So go for it.
You analyzed his letter this year. Does he talk a lot about climate change? Because he has two opportunities here. There's two different proposals. One about fossil fuel financing, and what about setting absolute contraction targets for emissions?
Climate change did come up.
Yeah.
In this vague way that it was like background noise to the things that they do.
Okay.
I believe in my word cloud, climate change appeared, I think, 3 times.
Okay, so they don't care. That aligns because the board is against all of this alternative democracy mumbo jumbo. Shocking. All right, finally, let's wrap up here. I want to talk about the board, and I'm going to talk about it because JP Morgan actually has a very fun board diversity and experience matrix. So JP Morgan actually is kind of a woke company. Ron DeSantis would hate this matrix. Okay, first of all, race. They list 7 races, including American Indian or Alaska Native, 2 or more races, Hispanic or Latino. But really, you only need 2 races at JP Morgan. That's white and black, because there are 9 white people and 1 black person. So maybe they're wasting ink on this matrix. I don't know. Gender. Here's where Ron DeSantis really hates JP Morgan, and I think they should go after JP Morgan. They actually list non-binary as an option.
Ooh.
Are you shocked, Emma Lurking?
A little bit. Not totally, but a little.
All right. What kind of goes along with our idea of Jamie Dimon, Chief Nealer Extreme, is he's really the woke. He's the woke from master.
He's the best woke performist. You know.
Right. Exactly. Woke performance artist. They also, I've never seen. I don't know if I've seen this before. They have a category in their proxy statement for LGBTQ plus. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Screw you, Q.
That's okay. You have I don't know if you read my notes, Matt, but you're onto something.
No.
Because here's the reality of that is that according to the board matrix, of the 10 directors, all 10 are heterosexual. Big shock. And 0 are LGBT plus. But there's no Q. They don't even have an option for Q. What happened to the fucking Q?
If there was a Q, that might have been a 1, and they really screwed it.
All right, finally, I'm going to wrap up this very professional proxy review. And yes, I think everyone should call us if you want a proxy review for the companies that you're analyzing. There's actually a category for military status. Out of the 10 directors, all 10 of them check the box, not a veteran.
Wow!
Are you shocked?
What a matrix! what a matrix!
I'm
9
shocked.
white people, almost 50-50 male-female. Nothing else to see here. That's literally the matrix.
Let's get out of this. Let's play a game. Come on.
Sick of myself.
I'm sick of myself.
Make me happy.
Okay. You want a game? I'll give you a game.
Always.
So, Elon's Twitter nonsense has really taken over the news and has totally obfuscated some much more exciting unionization news. So we haven't been covering that as much, and I wanted to get to it. So this segment is 100% inspired by one 3-time Starbucks CEO who said the following in a recent Starbucks forum.
Here's where it gets a little sensitive, because I've been coached a little bit, but I do want to talk about something pretty serious. We can't ignore what is happening in the country as it relates to companies throughout the country being assaulted in many ways by the threat of unionization.
Assault.
Wait, Emma, you cut that off. What was the reaction to the audience there? That's a very strong statement. And who were those people listening?
Who's he talking to?
Yeah, who's he talking to?
Damien's asking questions that you don't care about the answers to, so I'm going to ignore him. So, to get you up to speed with what's going on union-wise, I'm going to make Matt and Damien look stupid with a round of union assault trivia. All right.
Union assault trivia. That's
double mega
can't
stupid.
Find anywhere else.
Union assault trivia. Here we go. We have 2 categories and 7 questions. All right. The first category is Starbucks. We're going with Starbucks first. Here we go. Question number 1. In the Starbucks unionization effort, how many stores have unionized so far?
I should know this.
I'm going to say 8.
I mean, we covered this. I was going to say 8, but just for it to play the game, I'll say 7.
That is
What?
just... Unfortunately, if you had gone... Instead of going down 1, Damien, if you had gone up 1, you would have been dead on. It's 9.
Wait, I can't follow the math. What does that mean?
I was closer.
400? I don't understand that. It's too tricky for me,
It means
Emma.
I win. It means I win.
Matt did win. You can't give yourself an air horn for my game.
I can. I just did.
He also just initialed in the document that he won the point.
No, that was me.
That was
all
me.
right. As usual, Emma signed in with Matt's user credentials.
Apologies.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Yes, it is 9 stores thus far. All right. Question number 2. How many stores have failed to unionize so far?
Failed or filed?
Failed.
Mm-hmm. How many votes have lost?
Mm-hmm.
How many
2.
lost? I know there's one.
Matt says 2.
Isn't there one in the Buffalo area? I'm going to say 1.
But that was for Matt because Damien is correct. I just wanted to buzz Matt.
Yeah,
1 is correct. 1
in the Buffalo area.
Correct. Yeah. So there were 2 in the Buffalo area happening at around the same time. One of them passed with flying colors, and one of them, I think, nearly missed it. All right. Question number 3.
The near miss was Holocaust blanket.
I was going to say because they got a bunch of free Holocaust. They got the Holocaust weighted blanket, so they're very excited. They decided not to unionize.
All right. Number 3. How many stores have failed to unionize? Oh, sorry.
Oh wow. Are we on a repeat?
Sorry.
Deja vu.
Not failed. Filed. How many stores have
no
filed in an effort to unionize countrywide, United States only?
I'll guess first because I have no idea, and I'll let Matt take the point here because he can think I'm a moron. I'll say 50. Arbitrary guess. I have no idea.
I was literally going to say like 40. Yeah, I'm going to go with 40. It's a lot.
Who are you buzzing?
Both of you. Not a lot enough. It's 160 across like 28 states.
I still take that point. Really? Is it?
Yep.
Wow. So it really is an assault. They really are assaulting that billionaire. They're assaulting him.
They really are.
Assaulting him.
Yes.
No, it's a lot. It's intense, and it's more than I think any Starbucks executive could have possibly predicted, which is why people are freaking out. Like it's
I'm freaking out. Every time I go through a drive-through Starbucks and the barista talks to me, I'm like, why are you talking to me? Like I don't care about you. I don't want to establish a relationship with you. How dare you? These baristas are out of control. They're out of control.
They are assaulting your.
They're
ears
assaulting
with
me.
questions.
They're not humans.
Why at Howard Schultz's like town hall speech did someone not get up and slap that man in his face?
Oh, interesting.
That's what needed to happen.
I like this.
All right. And finally, in our Starbucks category, question number 4, we are going to multiple choice. So I will be giving you 3 options at the end of this question.
I get what.
So-
Yeah, I've heard the concept before.
Yeah, I
go.
just wanted to make sure this game is very confusing for you. So, one location just voted to unionize. It is the 9th location. It happened a couple days ago. What is important about the unionization of this most recent location? 1, it is the first ever Starbucks location in Seattle, and they are the ones to unionize. 2,
Yeah.
it is one of 3 Starbucks roasteries, or
Whatever that means.
or
Yeah.
3,
Roastery.
this is the Starbucks location where an executive swept the floor. It is
Ooh,
the
I like
floor
this.
sweeping location.
I like this. I think it's the first ever Starbucks location in Seattle. That's what I
That
think.
is correct. I think that too.
Oh,
That's what Matt thinks too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
you are both
tell
incorrect.
us.
See,
Tell us.
you can't sound effect too early. It is actually number 2. It is one of 3 Starbucks
Oh.
roasteries, and the reason
Okay.
that this is
Even a thing.
important. Hang on.
Yeah. Yeah. Why is
The
it
reason why
important?
this is important above both 1 and 3, like those are single stores. The reason this is important is because they have way more employees than a normal Starbucks location. So
Uh-oh.
every Starbucks roastery has like 100 plus employees. And
Okay.
they're considered more corporate locations. So the one that just unionized is the one in Manhattan, actually. So I have
Whoa.
a unionized Starbucks roastery.
That's a mega
mile away.
assault.
Yes,
Mega
it is.
union assault.
It is. And so it's a big deal that they can get that many employees to get a location unionized. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, moving on to category number 2
All right.
of who is being assaulted by unions. Amazon. It's
Yes.
Amazon. Here we go. All right,
Come on.
we're starting off this round with a multiple choice question.
Yeah.
So, we all know Chris Smalls has made
Yes.
headlines as the main organizer of the recent unionization of an Amazon warehouse in Staten Island. What is the name of his best friend from the warehouse
Oh.
and
okay.
co-organizer?
I thought it was just his best friend in general. Like from
Nope.
from
That
his
would be
city.
funny, but no.
Yeah,
I tried to make
but
it more relevant
it's
than
the
that.
same to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Donna Hayworth. I don't know. I'm making
1,
people up.
Stephen Lawson. 2,
No.
Marcus Green. Or
Maybe.
3, Derek Palmer.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Marcus sounds right, doesn't it? Doesn't
That was my
Marcus-
guess, but am I being
Mark?
racist? Like I don't even know.
Why is that racist? Marcus isn't racial. What are you talking about?
Didn't we do a study where we analyzed the first names of directors and it gave us a approximate guess what the race was? Didn't we do that?
That's true. Yeah, and Marcus was
So
one of those.
can you put Marcus in
50-50
quickly?
names. No,
Okay,
I
okay.
can't do it quickly.
I will go. I'm going to go Marcus Green.
Just to be different, I'm going to say Derek Palmer.
It's not Stephen Lawson.
It is Derek Palmer. Matt is
Oh.
correct. Derek Palmer. And I came across Derek while I was doing some research, and I just feel the need to give him some love because I feel like Chris is getting all the attention, but I want Derek
Yeah.
to have his day.
Thank you,
Derek,
Emma.
come on our show.
Thank you, Emma Lurking.
So one of the interesting things about Derek is he
Nothing.
and Chris together. So Chris
Oh.
got basically like ditched by Amazon after doing a walkout, and he was part of the organizing, and they called him not articulate or not smart. And Derek still had his job at the Amazon warehouse, and it was together that they decided that Derek, instead of quitting, was going to stay working for Amazon during this unionization effort so that they could do it from the inside.
I like it.
Yes.
That's why it's good to have friends, and that's
and
why
you'll
maybe,
like-
and that's why maybe it's bad as a corporate policy to make fun of the individual, the gentleman who was trying to organize against you. Maybe it's not good to rile him up.
Right. So
Thank
you're
you.
also gonna like Derek because he brought baked ziti to many a unionization.
Ooh, that sounds
drive.
delicious. I wish you'd bring it to here right now. I'm starving.
You should have
Hey,
chose
do not
pizza.
boo his ziti. I'm sure it's delicious.
They
All
should have
right.
chose pizza.
What are
Number
the
2.
logistics of that? It's true. What are the? That's a heavy pan.
Terrible
Baked
dish
ziti.
to bring.
Oh
you
my
gotta bring
God.
a dish for each person.
I mean, think
You
about
gotta have
that.
Silverware.
Shush.
Get the
And is it
pizza.
hot? It has to be hot.
Number
Think
2.
about that. Yeah. Okay.
What happened at the Alabama warehouse whose workers were also attempting to unionize?
Coercion. Then they had to
Okay, the
refile.
first
They're
time
voting
or the
again,
second? What do you
yeah.
mean? Like recently or?
Revoting again. The answers were
Well,
both right. They're revoting. That's it.
I know this for a fact that the voter turnout was depressingly low. It was like 30% voter turnout. So can I answer that?
Yeah, you can answer that.
Okay, fine.
It's an open-ended question.
It is an open-ended question.
What
I'm
happened?
going to
I
say
don't know.
what Damien said.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are both pretty much right. So the unionization effort failed, and they are going to be revoting. And the reason I'm particularly giving it to you is because it was a very tight vote and a super low voter turnout. I think it was like 39% maybe.
Yeah. What is this, America? Nobody votes anymore?
Haha. But they also ended up losing, despite the fact that they were better funded than Chris and Derek. They were more traditionally organized by labor organizers, but they were trying to organize from the outside. And that apparently did not work nearly as well as having the workers head up the effort themselves.
And let's be real. I mean, from the perspective of union versus Confederate, I think the union has sort of stronger woke thoughts, right? I mean, I'm saying convincing a warehouse in Alabama to do something liberal is not going to be easy. That's not an easy sell.
It's not easy, but that's where some of the most amazing labor organizers come from, because they are
from that Alabama warehouse. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with you.
Discriminate against the South here.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm not discriminating. I'm just telling you. Look at. Okay, no, never mind.
Right. And finally, question number 3. What is Amazon's new union busting plan?
Oh, I think I know this. Are they gonna prevent you from texting? They're eliminating certain keywords. Like, I know the only one I can think of is, and I don't understand it, is that you can't text the word restroom. But there's also another one like union probably, or organization. Am I close? Am I close?
Matt?
Here's my answer.
Kill everybody.
Everyone has to wear a Jeff Bezos costume.
I would do that.
Damien, I'm going to give it to you, I think, actually.
Sure.
You're very close. So internal documents got released that show that Amazon is planning on using an internal messaging app, so like an Amazon-based intercompany messaging app, that will ban a long list of phrases and words.
Ooh, I want to get that list. Yeah.
This is only like half of it.
Okay.
Not even. I hate, union, fire, terminated, compensation, pay raise, bullying, harassment, I don't care.
God.
Rude, slave labor.
So that's all my addiction. It's like 100% my vocabulary.
Coalition, unity, representation. And that's like not even close to all of it.
So the question is, and this is for Matt only, a joke for Matt only. The question is, could the XFL player He Hate Me, could he exist in that messaging service?
You can't text that. Well, he could, but you just can't text him.
Okay.
The program itself has not been approved yet, but it is looking like it is on its way. And I don't know.
What happened
We'll see how it goes.
days of the sniper who would literally walk around and listen for? This is a guy that they sniper. Who
that was Andy Jassy, wasn't it?
Yeah,
wasn't it Andy Jassy?
He would walk around and listen for words.
Yeah. Wait, was it Andy Jassy?
I don't think it was Andy. There was another guy.
Okay.
I feel like it was another guy. He'd walk around and listen for words and then like throw those employees under the bus. Now we're literally got look, anybody who complains about Russian state censorship and complains about China, and how terrible China is. If you look inside the corporations and what you're allowed to go, websites you can go to because they hurt productivity, or now text messages you can send at Amazon because they're words that are not on the approved list. Tell me that's less McCarthyist and terrible than China and Russia, and you'd be lying to me.
Before we wrap up, the sniper is actually the current CEO of Worldwide Consumer at Amazon. His name is Dave Clark. He's called the sniper because he used to lurk in the shadows to catch underperforming employees. I like that there are shadows around Amazon. It's very sexy.
There are a lot of shadows there.
Maybe they were artificial shadows.
Badly lit.
Yeah, VR shadows. Yeah.
I would take the sniper as a nickname over Mark Zuckerberg's nickname. Did we catch that?
What's his nickname? No.
The Eye of Sauron, as in the villain from Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah, I don't know Lord of the Rings references. Is that bad to see all?
Well, he's the villain. Sauron is like a super bad guy, and that is what Mark Zuckerberg's employees call him.
There are like 6 nerds who are like, "Oh, the Eye of Sauron."
It's the truth. Yeah. All right, that's it.
Thank you, Emma. That was great. Thank you.
Business Pants. That was a game, and that was some IFRS related information, and I think there was a proxy in there. It's Damien and Emma lurking. I'm Matt Mascari. We are Free Float Media. We'll be back tomorrow with more Business Pants. Goodbye.